They've helped me understand more in depth how my equipment works and how I can control it, or how it can be controlled to optimize energy savings without affecting, comfort levels, or, without residents complaining or anything like that. Hey, I'm Yury Vinokur. I'm a resident manager at 45 East 22nd Street, which is the Madison Square Park Tower. I've been here for 7 years. We've recently taken on Parity as one of our contractors for energy savings. So I heard about Parity from my Halstead Management team. They brought them in, introduced them to the board. It was mainly the fact that Parity stands behind their work and their commitment, and the fact that they stand behind the savings with the guarantee that if you don't make savings, we'll pay you the money that we promised that your savings will bring you. And that's a big factor for people who are on the management team and the residential board. And the bottom line is for helping the environment and lowering our carbon footprint and saving energy. It all comes down to that.
How is it working with the Parity team?
It's great. The guys came in, they evaluated my equipment. They explained to me in detail what was going on, what they were going to do. The electricians came in, they did a clean install, clean work. The system was up and running fairly quickly. I was introduced to the website. The technicians are great. They're very thorough and very descriptive in their work, and just made me understand everything right off the bat.
How is Parity optimizing your BMS?
So they're optimizing my BMS by controlling the equipment that I have in the building to maximize its potential in energy savings. So whether it's ramping down equipment during off hours, and ramping down pumps when it's not needed, which all small doses, it all accumulates to a larger sum, and that's where Parity comes in, and that's where Parity is great.
Can you tell me more about the installation process with Parity?
First I met with Rob. We walked the building and I showed him everything, and then I met with his technician Kevin, and we did the same. We walked the building again. They explained to me what they were going to do. The work was, because of the age of the building and the equipment that I have, it's fairly new. It was a minimally invasive procedure, and they installed their panels. And again, any questions I had, any kind of concerns, if something didn't look right, so they immediately fixed it, immediately worked on it. But there really wasn't much of that.
How do you expect Parity will change how you use your BMS?
They've helped me understand more in depth how my equipment works and how I can control it, or how it can be controlled to optimize energy savings without affecting, comfort levels, or, without residents complaining or anything like that. Although this equipment is fairly new, brand new and state of the art, let's call it, and a lot of the times when these buildings are built, the end goal is not energy savings. The end goal is just to have the equipment function and do its job and provide the service that it needs to provide to the residents. In terms of economy and energy savings, that's really not their biggest goal. Whereas that's where Parity comes in, and that they fine tune everything to get optimal results in terms of that.
Did Parity specifically solve any problems with your HVAC systems or BMS?
Other than the energy savings, they also offer, it's another set of eyes. So my current installed BMS system, it monitors my equipment, it shows me the equipment operation, and it will notify me of the alarm. But sometimes, like, the tech will call me almost immediately when there's an issue with the system, because they see it right away, and they'll ask me, hey, is everything going on? And it might be something that I'm not even aware of, and then I'll draw attention to it. So that's really another great part of Parity being in this building.
Would you recommend Parity to resident managers?
I would absolutely recommend it. It's a great tool, especially if you don't have a BMS system in your building. They'll come in, like I said, my building is a little bit more advanced. It has VFDs, it has controllers that can monitor voltage and current and everything like that. And even then, they're able to find energy savings. So if you don't have any of that, if you have an older building, let's say, and they will come in and they'll install equipment that'll help you monitor your your pumps, your cooling towers, whatever it is you have. They'll help you monitor, and you can see it on the screen. And you'll be able to see all your equipment and what it's doing. And I can't recommend it enough.